You are now chopping it up with the Nerd Barbershop Podcast.
Thank you.
The summer will be heating up before you know it, but your drinks, they don't have to. You can chill out with The Frozen Pour, an anthology of slushy recipes from author Taryn Williams, available on Lulu.com. The Frozen Pour is your guide to icy, flavorful cocktails that'll turn any moment into a celebration. Whether you're unwinding after a long day or hosting the party of the season, there's a slushy for every occasion. They're simple to make, delicious to sip, and cooler than your average cocktail. Why settle for the ordinary when you can pour frozen perfection? The Frozen Pour, an anthology of slushy recipes from author Taryn Williams, is available right now on Lulu.com. Order your copy today and raise a frosty glass of unforgettable flavors.
Welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerd Barbershop Podcast. I'm Taryn Williams. Thank you so much for clicking on this episode of the podcast and hanging out with me for a little bit. I'm actually not 100% sure what I'm going to entitle this podcast, but by the time that gets released, I will have a title. I just kind of want to do just like maybe just a little life update, just talk about like what's going on, what I have planned for not just the podcast, but the YouTube channel as well. I talked about this in actually my last YouTube live stream from a few weeks ago, so I figured I would kind of maybe do some stuff for the podcast as well. And also happy 2026. This will be the first podcast of 2026. So happy new year. Hope you have blessings and dreams and miracles and all that good stuff, and just joy and positivity this year, for all your endeavors, whatever they may be. It could be as simple as, losing 5 pounds, to as big as starting your business, starting a family, getting that condo you always want, whatever you're trying to do this year. I hope you do it, and you do it as big as you possibly can. And that's my positive affirmation for me to you. I hope you smash every goal, every dream, and hope some new dreams come along and you smash those as well. So yeah, I just kind of want to talk about just kind of like what I'm up to, what I've been up to. One of the biggest things, I did hit 500 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So thank you to everybody that's been following me on that journey since 2015. It has been a very long 10 years. A decade of doing YouTube is kind of crazy, but it's also the longest thing I've done in my life, so it's kind of wild, but it's been a blessing. It's been a long time. It's just a lot of, just a lot of long days, a lot of long nights, a lot of just even contemplating if people will even watch my YouTube videos, just to keep it, a stack, and be honest with you, just wondering like would my concept of food and gaming work. It's still kind of figuring out how to blend it all together perfectly, but that's kind of the thing. It's not perfect. Like, I went from having more food videos than gaming videos. Now I have definitely more gaming videos than food videos, so hopefully we can get a nice blend of a little bit of both. I do want to add more food videos to the YouTube channel. That's the goal for 2026, is to add a bunch more food videos. I have some stuff. I have some plans. I have some ideas I've had kind of like cooking on the back end, just kind of figuring out when to implement them. And yeah, that's kind of what I do want to do with the YouTube channel. And also the goal is getting to 500 subscribers is so dope. But we got to get to 1,000, because 1,000 will put me in that range of I can maybe possibly monetize the YouTube channel with ad revenue. I would need 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 watch hours within a 365-day period. So like in one full year, you have to have over 4,000 like accredited, like like confirmed watch hours, credible watch hours, I think is the word I wanted. So we gotta get on that, and it's not gonna take me 10 years to get to 500 subscribers. Like, I am saying that right now. I'm speaking that into this. It's gonna take a little while, but just honestly, a couple of viral videos, that could pop it off. So we'll see, but we're gonna work on that this year for real. I am working on maybe improving some of my old like YouTube names, some of the YouTube titles, some thumbnails, just trying to clean up some stuff. I have over 800 videos on the YouTube channel, so I'm maybe trying to clean up some stuff. I thought I was like doing the SEO well, but I really wasn't, so I'm trying to go back and clean some stuff up. And with the podcast, I just want to do more podcast stuff. Like, I do enjoy the podcast. I enjoy talking. I enjoy just kind of using this as a platform to speak on whatever is going on in my life, or just fun stuff, reviews. If you've been on the podcast, you know how we do it over here on the Nerd Barbershop Podcast. But one of my goals for the podcast is I do want to do more guests. I want to do more collaboration stuff with people. So, if you hear this podcast, let's try to collaborate. That's also something big for this year. I want to do more collaborations for different things. Actually, me and my barber, we were talking about doing our own podcast. So I might actually get him on my podcast. We were talking about maybe doing a podcast together, which we might still do. So that might be coming in 2026. We will see. And maybe I'll actually see if he'll come on and be on my podcast, and we'll just chop it up talking about stuff, because he's actually a gamer and likes like Star Wars and stuff like that, and loves Apple and iPhones and all that good stuff. So we will see. Um, but yeah, just kind of working on that. I do want to do more YouTube live streams. I mentioned that in the live stream before. On YouTube, I want to do more live streams. I was going to try and do one a week. That was kind of the goal, but this first kind of couple weeks in January has been kind of crazy. I got some other stuff going on, so maybe after we'll I'll see how I'll play it by ear for February. I might do some stuff here and there. March, early part of March, I'm gonna be a little bit busy for my birthday, so we'll see. But after that, for sure, we'll try to get to more of a schedule, and we're gonna lock in because I really want to get the YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers. I really want to hit that watch hours to see if we can monetize, if we can get some ad monetization. That would be really cool. Just some getting money on the side. It might not even be a lot to start, but whatever. But since I have enough videos on the YouTube channel, maybe a couple of them can pull in some decent money. We'll see. That's kind of the goal. But I'm doing it because I enjoy it, and for a long time people told me that food and gaming together on a YouTube channel wouldn't work. I would need to do focus on one, and then do the other one, and it's a lot of people it's too generic. Just doing it's just so much jargon and stuff of what won't work that I'm just you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna try it anyway. And I'm gonna do this my way, and I'm gonna see it took a little bit longer, but I got there, and it's helped. And I've had some videos go do really well. I haven't had anything have over 100,000 views yet, but you never know, it might be coming very soon. So gotta keep kind of working on it. As Kobe said, job's not finished, and I'm not satisfied with 500 subscribers and over 100,000 views and this is really cool, but it's no, this was never the goal. The goal was to get monetized, to start to kind of create my financial freedom, and just start to kind of do that. And so I'm very motivated to that. I'm very dedicated to that. And I also want to kind of get my catering business in a more a little more, I want to make it a little more tangible. I actually have some stuff here at home. I bought some equipment and stuff like that, so it's more tangible now than it ever was. I want to take more pictures. I want to do more setup. I get some stuff. I also got to start kind of looking for my team and start adding some pieces together. I actually already have one person that I told, I asked her to kind of be basically my my right hand, basically my assistant manager, or basically my restaurant manager for the most part for the business. And she was like, yeah. So that's one person, but just kind of building up the team too. It probably won't be too big to start, but we'll get that going as well. And it's just starting to put things in motion. Start not just kind of sitting back and I gotta wait for the sun to come out during the rain. No, we gotta walk through the rain. Give me an umbrella. Give me an umbrella, some good boots, and the umbrella and a raincoat. And just gotta make it happen through the rain. So I'm just really focused on kind of getting ideas out of my head and putting them to work. And that's kind of a big thing for me this year, just kind of to put more things in motion. Got a lot of ideas, even if they don't work, just, if you don't feel, you're not trying. And I want to make sure that I'm trying a lot more and just doing more. And, just find the time and space for all of the things that I want to do. Plus, have kind of a social life. Plus also, enjoy cooking just as a whole, to my other projects and stuff like that. Just trying to balance it all where everything shouldn't necessarily be the grind, but some things just should be for fun. Which is why some things I don't stream and stuff like that. Because I just want to play some games just to enjoy them. So, find the balance in all of that. Of course, there'll be food festivals this year and other things, other events. I already went to my first wrestling show last Friday, which was really dope. Shout out to Warrior Wrestling. And just kind of I'm gonna keep doing fun stuff and I want to travel a little bit more this year, so we will see. I didn't want to talk too long for this episode. I just wanted to talk a little bit what's up, where I'm at, where my mind's at, and kind of the future of my two biggest projects. Also the ebook. I want to promote the ebook some more. The ebook is on Amazon now, and it's on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, so you can find The Frozen Pour. I couldn't think of the name for a second. What the hell is the name of my book? The Frozen Pour is officially on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And so it's still on Lulu. You can also find it on Gumroad as well. It's on a couple different places. But also promote the book. I think the book could be a really cool, just thing. I think you don't see a lot of slushy recipe books out there. So I just might need to do some more research to figure out where can I put it and where can I get that. Just to see more eyes. Just people to say, hey, let me check it out, buy it, whatever, and even if you don't buy it, just check it out. And because if the book could go really well, this is an ebook, it's connected to the YouTube channel, which of course is connected to the podcast, all my other stuff. So I just want everything to just kind of be connected and intertwined, and and that's how you really kind of start making a name for yourself, and where the brand really becomes something bigger than what it is. the digital chef brand is really just a picture, but like it can be so much more, and it has the potential to be so much more. But I gotta make sure people get eyes on it and people see it, So we're gonna work on that. We're working on making sure like the brand gets eyes on it. Brand awareness is very important. It started from an idea in college to now being a podcast, an ebook, a YouTube channel. The catering company will also, like the food and beverage side, will also is kind of a branch off of it, because the digital chef logo is in the Save Point logo, so it's just kind of like it's all together, like it's all one big thing, and they're all like little pieces of each other. So even actually, like, even though the ebook doesn't have the digital chef logo on it, which I actually should put that in the cover page while I'm thinking about it, but it's still it's an extension of the whole brand. You know what I'm saying? So it is. So I'm just really excited for this year. I'm really excited for this year. I'm really excited what this year can be. But I just gotta make sure I keep putting my work into it. And I know a big part of this year is also gonna be a team and working on that. Just kind of like, again, like that's the big part of collaboration, is having a team and putting the team together, and just people I can lean on, they can lean on me, and just kind of like we'll do it together. Because that's the next phase. I've done so much. I've done all of this by myself for 10 years. That like what could I do with a handful of like equally motivated people, link up with them and just see what we can do together. So I'm very excited to see what this year can be. I'm very excited what I can do this year. I'm very excited for the brand this year and all my other projects. And God is good, and God has just like been just blessing me, and it's been a very, 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 very long road. But I wouldn't change for anything. There's been times where I wanted to give up. There's been times I've wanted to stop and quit. It's like, this is really worth it. Like, there's nothing, I'm not getting anything out of it. But honestly, sometimes the biggest inspiration you can get is the other people seeing you do it, and then they pursue their dreams. And that's something that's really big for me, where I've had people ask me, how'd you do this? How'd you do this? Like, what did you do for this? Like, how did you get this uploaded? Like, where did you go for this? And honestly, that means more to me than monetary stuff when you think about it, because it means like you creating a path, show people like, hey, there is a path that I can go on, and they can take your path a little bit and then create their own path, and somebody else can see them and do the same thing. So that's what means a lot to me. Like, as much as I want to get it monetized, I want to create my financial freedom, stuff like that, all that good stuff. But the real purpose is to help inspire other people to pursue their interests, and to take their interests, turn it into other things. People may say it's stupid or it's crazy or delusional. Be delusional, be crazy, be weird, be that person, and chase your dreams, because you only get one life. We get one time at this thing. So I want to make sure that I live a life that I'm very, very proud of, like no regrets in the end, and just kind of enjoy it in the end. So, and God be the glory, and everything. And I just appreciate Him for just the spirit and the inspiration and the vision, and even the frustration, in the time I'm like the whys, but it's just like sometimes the why, because it's you. Sometimes you had to be the catalyst for other people, but also at the same time you are the catalyst for your own blessings, and keep that in mind. And I'll leave you with that thought. So thank you so much for rocking at me right here on thank you for watching me right here on the Nerd Barbershop Podcast, which will be on Slicing Dicing Gaming Entertainment, the YouTube channel. I get the YouTube channel and the podcast mixed up all the time. Please forgive me. Again, the podcast is on everything, Spotify, Amazon, Google, it's everywhere. iHeart, you can find the podcast basically anything. You can just Google the Nerd Barbershop Podcast, it'll pop up, and of course it'll be in video form and audio form. The video form is just for YouTube. It's not an actual video. Maybe I'll add video to the podcast this year. Who knows? But thank you so much for rocking with me. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for believing in me. Thank you so much. Even if you only listen to this podcast for 3 seconds, I appreciate that 3 seconds. Also, shout out to everybody internationally that listen to the podcast. I know I have a very heavy United States fan base because I'm in Chicago. Of course I do. But everybody like across, like in Germany and the Netherlands and other places that listen to the podcast, thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. It's so cool, and I do want to like do more dedicated podcasts that are a little more international flavor, just for you guys, because that means so much to me. That's really cool that the podcast reaches these places and people are listening, and it's really cool. So thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. I greatly appreciate it. 2026 is going to be very, very special. But as you know, always and forever, slicing, dicing, gaming. It's not just a motto, it's a lifestyle. I'll see you in the next podcast. Later.